Hello, hello. Thank you so much for joining me. Today, we are talking about America's most unique and iconic flavor, ranch. And what is it that exactly makes ranch ranch? Well, I have been growing fresh herbs, if you've been following me, for the past few weeks since before the holidays. And my dill has taken off and taken over, and I've had a good amount to harvest. So today is all about dill. And one of the most favorite things of America that you can make with dill is ranch. So tell me down below, what is it that you like with ranch flavoring? There are so many different ways to enjoy it. A lot of people might have an aversion to it. Oh, ranch. It is definitely more a Midwestern thing, perhaps, but it did all start at the Hidden Valley Ranch in California back in the 1930s. And by the mid 1900s, it became a dressing packet that you could then make into a dip, a dressing, a marinade. And now, of course, on the market, you can find all kinds of different variations. The best thing about making it at home is that you can customize it to your own nutritional needs, your own tastes and flavors, with keeping that same iconic original ranch flavor even better than the bottle. And you can just modify it to use the ingredients that you want to use, but still keep that ranch flavor. And so here we go. I have a quick demo for you that I filmed a little bit earlier today. So let me screen share. And here we go. I can press all the right buttons. Part of this is just learning the tech, right? Okay, here we go. To start, we have half a cup mayo, half a cup sour cream with a little bit of Dijon mustard in a bowl. Add a sprinkle of garlic powder and a slightly heavier sprinkle of onion powder, of course, to taste. I like using the powder just because it doesn't leave any texture. Here's a little bit of black pepper to taste as well, and then salt. We want to add the salt to bring out the flavor, not necessarily to make it taste salty. Now we're going to chop our fresh herbs. Here I have fresh parsley and I have fresh dill, both from my inside garden. We're going to, you just want to take off the fronds from the top. You don't want the stems. And you want about half parsley and twice as much dill. And if you have dried herbs, you can certainly use dried herbs. Those will hydrate very nicely in the dressing or the dip base. Dried herbs take about 15 minutes to hydrate, so make sure you leave some time for those to hydrate and the flavor to bloom. You just want to take off the fronds, gather it up all together, and then start running your knife through the herbs to get them nice and minced. The smaller you can mince, the more of those oils and aromas are released, and making for a much more flavorful dip. So you just want to run your knife through, gather up, run your knife through again, gather up again. If you have a food processor, just the small one, you can throw all these ingredients in the food processor and with the touch of a button, just zhuzh it all up. Here we go. Gather one more time. Make sure you get all as finely as you can. So aromatic. And then throw it into the bowl. You want to give that a good mix. And you also want to taste for final seasoning. Make sure you do have enough salt. And we did add a splash of vinegar. You could also use lemon juice instead, or lemon zest, if you didn't want to add any more liquid. Now, this is more of a dip consistency, which we like because then we can thin it out to a dressing for a salad, or keep it as a dip for all kinds of veggies, for chips, to put on pizza. There we go. One final mix. And there it is. There's our homemade ranch. Okay, there we are. So quick and easy, stored properly. That will keep in your fridge, airtight for 1 to 2 weeks. And so some of the substitutions that you can make to make it a little bit healthier, or just to use more ingredients that you would prefer. So as you saw in the video, I did mayo and sour cream. For sour cream, you could certainly substitute Greek yogurt. That would up the protein and lower the fat content. You could also thin it out, not with buttermilk, but you could use low fat milk or a milk substitute. You could, depending on what you have in your pantry, use what you have on hand. The cider vinegar is definitely an acquired taste. It's a little bit tangier, but we like that. We like our food a little bit tangier, a little bit spicier. So that's why I added a little more black pepper, the spot of Dijon mustard, and the cider vinegar to ours. So, but you make your ranch the way that you like to make it. Now, with just a little bit of a twist on this, you could turn this into more of an onion dill dip, and even turn that into a spinach dip, spinach artichoke dip, spinach artichoke jalapeno dip. So this is kind of the base for a lot of other yummy dips and even appetizers that we like to enjoy. So other ways that you can use fresh dill, as we're on the fresh dill, I like to put it on salmon, just with some lemon slices, some salt and pepper, sprinkle of garlic, either chopped or sliced, and then bake that salmon fillet for 10, 15, 20 minutes, depending on the thickness and depending on the size of the salmon fillet. You could also use dill in, if you like Mediterranean food, you could use dill in tzatziki sauce. So similar to ranch dressing, but just with Greek yogurt, and then the dill, the salt, the pepper, the garlic, the lemon juice, the lemon zest, and you want a great cucumber into there. But definitely drain the cucumber first, otherwise it's going to be a little bit too watery. And so, great ways with dill. So, I hope you all make your own homemade ranch. And there are many other dressings that we can make as well. So, this month, what I decided to do is to feature all the fresh herbs that are now growing in my garden. So, please do join in next week. We're going to be using basil, usually associated only with summer. But the beauty of a hydroponics garden is that I'm going to have basil all year long. And as promised, I did have one more exciting announcement for you. Big news for Rebecca's Feast and for this group for Table Talk. As you know, last month I was offering the free mini menu consults. And this month, what I would like to add on to that is a actual menu planning package for you. So you get, for 4 weeks, we'll do the menu consult together. We'll meet on Zoom. We'll go through all of your questions. We'll go through all your preferences, your dietary concerns, and your nutritional needs. And then for the next 4 weeks, I will create for you a weekly menu with 3 breakfasts, 3 lunches, 3 dinners. And I do 3 days because there's always days in there that you might eat out. And these are also recipes that you could scale up for extra servings. So you're not cooking every single day, or you could even prep most of it ahead if you wanted to dedicate a few hours at the beginning of the week or over the weekend to prepping the entire menu. So we'll do that for 4 weeks. Together, we'll do a check-in each week over Zoom, 15 minutes or so, just to see how it's going, how the recipes are working out for you, things to tweak, and then you'll have 4 weeks of done-for-you menus specifically for your culinary preferences and your dietary needs. So if you would like to get more details on this, if you'd like to work together, drop menu down below and I will get those details over to you ASAP. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you make your own homemade ranch dressing and enjoy the flavors of fresh dill that fresh dill can bring to your table. And drop menu below for all the details on my new menu planning package.